Hello there. I want to start out by telling you a story. Um, I had an amazing client who she was a Wall Street lawyer in New York City, like just and everything that you would expect her to be. Big shopping trips on her lunch breaks, going out to eat every single night, just a complete and total badass. And then one day she decided she had enough. She and her husband moved to Park City, Utah, and she was hunting around for something to do. She loved animals. She's always been an animal lover. I think she likes animals more than people, and that's okay. We all do, right? And she decided to start working for an animal rescue organization, just volunteering. And then, of course, being who she is, she became the executive director of the organization in a very short amount of time. She was literally running the place. She did that for a little while and then realized that she wanted to start her own business. She had the opportunity to buy a little coffee shop and decided that she wanted to give back to animal rescue organizations through her coffee shop. But then she just found out she couldn't, like, find any good quality coffee in Utah like what she had been accustomed to in New York. So she decided to open a coffee roasting company. She opened a roastery. That business is Hugo Coffee Roasters. That client is Claudia McMullen. She's been around now for a number of years. Her coffee is amazing. Her packaging and branding is amazing. Her story is amazing. And she gives back regularly to animal rescue organizations. Now, that coffee shop, she actually sold it and swore that she was getting out of the coffee shop business. And now suddenly she's back in it. She's in the Salt Lake City airport, Hugo Coffee Roasters. She is at the University of Utah. She's done so many things and gone through so many generations of expanding, contracting, reimagining, revisioning her business, that she's so inspiring. But she took it, she approached it with the tenacity of that Wall Street lawyer. Um, and I'm telling you this story because one of the ways that you can transform your restaurant's marketing approach is actually by thinking like a storyteller. You, as a restaurateur, you have a story. There's a reason why you started your business. And the power of story is incredible for generating interest, for generating revenue, for getting people into your restaurant. And we always talk about butts and seats in restaurant terms. Getting people physically in means that sales are going to be better. And so, as opposed to even just online ordering and things along those lines. And so that is the goal and what it is that people are trying to accomplish as a restaurateur. And setting yourself apart through story is going to help you do that. So, a few things that you want to think of when you are telling stories in your restaurant. Go beyond the food's good. What is the emotional connection between your food and the story? How does it evoke some memories, some cultural experiences, a sense of place? Is it food that's known in the region that you're from or in the region that you're in now? Talk about that. And then, think about how you can showcase your memories, showcase your menu, craft your story, and bring it together. Some questions that are really good to ask yourself, and you can even, like, take out a pen and jot these down. Brainstorm questions that viewers can, that can be answered in a chat. Like, what is the unique story behind your restaurant? What are the values that you have? What emotions do you want customers to experience? And it helps actually writing these out or doing a little voice memo to yourself to share those things. And then talk about what shaped your story, the concept and inspiration, your origin story. I love talking to clients about their superhero origin story. How did you start down this road of becoming a chef? Sometimes it's necessity, and then you fall in love with it, right? Sometimes it is, I used to hang out in my grandmother's kitchen. I have the opportunity. I'm the food editor of Salt Lake Magazine. I had the opportunity to interview a lot of chefs, and a lot of them, the inspiration to do what they do starts very young at home. And so share those stories. Highlight your commitment to ingredients, to tradition, to breaking tradition, doing something totally different. And then from there, think about actually using that storytelling and putting it into action in your restaurant. You know, use beautiful language about your menu. Tell some visual storytelling through, video, great photography, things like that. Show some of those behind the scenes. Make sure your kitchen is pristine, by the way, if you do that. But show some of the behind the scenes. Show the ambiance. One of our clients had a wine dinner last week, and we actually sent one of our team members to that wine dinner to capture some photography and videography so that we could tell that story for them that much better in future marketing efforts because they do it at least once a month. What does that look like? Um, Engage with your audience. If they engage with you around your story, you engage right back. And so think of that as another opportunity to tell your story and make it into more of a conversation. Storytelling is really powerful for artistic endeavors, and restaurants are artistic. There's artistry to what you do. So tell your story with the same amount of artistry and care that you put into your food. If you have any questions about how to do that, we've got a wealth of knowledge at Learn Roma, which is short for Restaurant Owners Marketing Academy. So learnroma.com. And we would be delighted to help you out and help you understand the best way to tell your story and market your restaurant.